Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hey, Sue. Hey, everybody. Hey, hey, hey. Hey, Love Cast too. Welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So tonight, I'm not going to waste any time. Thank you for the hearts. I'm Mancation Michelle, the doyen of Soulful Love. And let me know if you guys can see me okay. I'm in a different part of my house, and I'm hoping that it's clear. But I'm Mancation Michelle, the doyen of Soulful Love. And I help women all over the world and a few great men create soul love that feels good. Hello, Miss McCullough, Larry. Hello. And I help them create a love life that feels good, and so that there's nothing missing or broken in their relationships, and including sex. And to this week, we're taking our journey on talking about healing from bad relationships. I appreciate the hearts. I appreciate the invite, and I appreciate your time being here with me this evening. And tonight is going to get a little bit probably tearful for me. I've been sitting here at my altar. Let me just show you. It's nothing super deep, but let me show you my altar. I have some other things that I moved off of it, but this is where I sit and I reflect, I dream. That's my dream board, and I think about things. Hello, LaTorsha, and I ask my serious, deep question to the divinity that lives within me. And one of the things that I was sitting here reflecting on is, first of all, this whole Periscope thing, on how amazing this whole Periscope deal is, that I'm able to talk to people I have never met in my entire life, but share my life, share my story, share my ministry, share my business with you guys in hopes that it is transforming you and giving you wisdom and hope on to prepare and repair your lives. So I'm really excited about this amazing, amazing gift of Periscope and you being here with me. I'm also excited because I was sitting here reflecting on just today. I got a call from Hollywood. A lot of people know. Hey, McCullough Larry, thank you so much. I got a call from Hollywood, a producer today in Hollywood. And a lot of you also know that I'm a TV personality. And what that means is just that I'm not an actress or anything like that. I do things that I can showcase my personality, my expertise in various ways, my wisdom, my comedic part of me, my improv, all of that kind of stuff. So I'm not necessarily an actress, but I do TV hosting, and I'll show up on reality shows and things like that as myself, as a life coach, and give my input and things like that. So I got a call from Hollywood producer today, and she said she saw me on the HGTV, on my broadcast on HGTV, and she saw that I was a life coach. And so she was asking me about how can I help a woman. They're producing a show right now, and the woman is going through a divorce, and they don't want to do the traditional divorce counseling and bringing both parties in and doing counseling with them and breakup counseling. But what would I do? And I literally gave her the spiel on what I gave y'all last night on last night's message. And she was so taken back. She said, I've never heard that kind of delivery on practicalness of how to heal from, bad relationships. And she said, what would be your fee if we bring you on? And I told her what my fee would be. She was so excited. She said, listen, I want to bring you on. She said, right now it's a pilot, but I'm headed back to Los Angeles, and I want to sit down and have a meeting with you because we would like for you to be the life coach on this new show that we've been producing out in Atlanta, but we're going to come back and do some episodes in Los Angeles, and we want you to be the life coach on it. And I just started to think, and I started to cry, and I've been sitting here at my altar just thinking. And what I'm going to share with you tonight is, let me tell you how I got here. I got here because no matter how much hurt that I've experienced in my life, I learned 3 years ago when I wanted to take my life that the key really is God has now given your own talk show that you'll appear upon the old network. And glory, don't make me start speaking in tongues, please. Please don't. But I was just thinking that 3 years ago, I finally learned what the kingdom of heaven was. I finally learned what having the keys to the kingdom of heaven was. And guys, it's love. And I'm not talking about superficial love. I'm talking about being able to love people who hurt you, who make you cry at night. And I mean really love them. And that was the difference. Not feeling like I had to get back. Not killing myself, not going into deep, long, sultry pity parties, but loving them and blessing them. So last night when I was saying to you guys, part of my healing was loving and blessing the person and thinking about all the beautiful things that I got from the relationships, all of my significant relationships. It literally turned my life around, because karma will take care of the people that hurt you. But you have to learn how to love people in difficult moments, in difficult situations. It's so easy to love people when everything is going right. But when they treat you downright dirty and hurt you, you have to love them. But here's the thing. Hey, Tiffany, thanks for joining. But here's the thing. The reason a lot of us lose those relationships is because we didn't do self-preservation. A lot of us think, and I do have a very deep Christian background, but I'm a very liberal Christian. I do meditate. I do go on Buddhist retreats and everything else. My husband is a Muslim, so I'm a very liberal Christian. However, but I do believe one thing that people would say was, thou shalt not have any other gods. The 10 Commandments, thou shalt not worship any other gods. Thou shalt not have any other gods before me. And a lot of times we keep thinking it's like this great God in the sky. But God actually showed me, he's saying you should not worship anybody more than you love yourself. I want you to hear me. You don't love and worship anybody more than you love yourself. Thank you, McCullough and Larry. Thank you. I receive it because that's the desires of my heart. But you should not love anybody more than you love yourself. See, we're here for self-preservation, and that's why we co-create. That's why we create children. It's self-preservation. You naturally are supposed to take care of yourself. But when you take care of somebody else, and you put your emphasis, Miss Cosby, when you put your emphasis on somebody else more than you put your emphasis on yourself, what am I talking about? When you know and you ignore the subtle feather cues that something is not right, and you ignore that, and you keep trying to prove to somebody else how invested you are in them and how much you love that other person, and you start neglecting yourself. And here's the thing. We always realize how much of ourself we lost after the relationship is over. When the relationship comes to a halt, we realize how much of ourself we lost. And that is not healthy, and it's not normal, and that's not a part of your purpose. You are not supposed to lose yourself in a relationship. But because we don't know how to have a relationship as well as love ourselves and adore ourselves and hold on to ourselves, we can't keep relationships, and we constantly find ourselves starting over and starting over. Let me tell you tonight, you will continue to start over until you learn to value yourself and love yourself more than you love anything else. I'm talking about your jobs. I'm talking about your careers. I'm talking about your children. I'm talking about your significant others. I'm talking about your mama and them. You are supposed to value and adore yourself more than you adore anything outside of you, because God made you fearfully and wonderfully. And how dare you put emphasis on somebody else and value somebody else's life over your own. Even on the airplane, they tell you, put the mask on yourself first. Don't try to save the person next to you. Save yourself first. And then once you save yourself, then you can save the person next to you, okay? So that's the same thing with love. We would not have to continue to go through healing after healing if we learn to save and preserve ourselves, learn to create boundaries, learn to have morals that protect and preserve us, okay? But when it does happen, thank you, McCullough Larry. When it does happen, you have to then put the love. It says, love your neighbor as yourself. You have to love your neighbor as yourself. You cannot love anybody else if you don't have love for yourself. And you wonder why they disrespect you. You wonder why they walk out on you. You wondering why they mistreat you, because you didn't even know how to put value on yourself. You didn't place value on yourself, so they didn't value you. So you have to learn to put value on yourself. But let me tell you this. Let me tell you what I said yesterday is so real. Once you do get hurt and you are healing from that hurt, you have to love. You do what we call a focus wheel. You put a picture of that person. You write them a letter. You don't have to necessarily give it to them, but you speak goodness to that person. You speak blessings to that person. You bless their life. You bless their new significant other. You don't go around dogging them and saying, yeah, he left me with some young bimbo. He dogged me out. Hello, Dr. V. Walters. You don't bad mouth him. He took everything I had and left me broke. You don't talk about that. See, when you talk about and you harbor the negative is going to follow you. The negative. Do you understand? Do y'all remember Pigpen with the Charlie Brown Peanuts crew, Pigpen? See, when you harbor negative things, you look like Pigpen. You walk around looking like Pigpen. People sense the Pigpen. Thank you, Dr. Walters. People sense that Pigpen spirit on you, where it's just a cloud of dust, a cloud of negative dust, okay? So you don't harbor the negative aspects of that breakup. You harbor the beautiful things. You think about the things that you grew. You think about the good times. You think about the lessons. You get that negative charge, because the negative charge will ruin your life and keep relationships after relationships in the same damn place. So you got to get rid of that negative charge, and you think about all the beautifulness that came from that relationship, and you bless that person. And let me tell you what blessing somebody, because I have so many clients, but I like telling my story because this is what qualifies me to talk to you. Let me tell you something. Even down to my childhood, I told you guys, I was a mother. I got pregnant at 13. I was a mother at 14 years old. I was running around from house to house at 15. I haven't lived with my mother since I was 15 years old, and I'm 40 now, okay? I know I don't look 40, but I am very much 40, okay? And I haven't lived with my mom since I was 15 years old. I left with my child, okay, living from place to place. But we made it. I went to college, went to grad school, did all of those things, right? But my child's father never helped me. I was in college. He wouldn't send us any money. He would not help me. And I was so hurt. Then he got married and had a family, and they built houses, and they did so well. But I started to bless him. I learned to just bless him. And when I say bless him, I start just thanking God for that man. And I ask God to preserve his marriage, preserve his children, preserve him. And I prayed over that man, even though he hurt me and did me so dirty. Here we are 26 years later. 26 years later, do you know our grandchildren? I have one of our grandchildren, my granddaughter Zariah. She's 5. I have her. Do you know that man blesses me with her? He sends money for our grandchild. He calls me every week to say thank you for taking care of our grandchild. Whatever he can do to help, he's there. Why? Because whatever went on in all those years, karma took care of that. And now that man is blessing me, okay? If I would have still been angry and nasty and talking about, well, what you gonna do? You didn't help me with our child. Now you want to be a saint great and helped me with our grandchild 26 years later. No, I blessed that man. That man is blessed and he's blessing me. That's story number one. Let me tell you the next story. I had my high school sweetheart, an amazing guy that I really, really loved. Then he started beating me. Then he got a girl pregnant on me, right? I'm in college. All he had to do was be patient. Let me get through college. No, he couldn't do that. He wanted to beat on me. And then after he was beating on me, then he got a girl pregnant on me. I literally lost my mind. I was diagnosed with clinical depression. I was crazy. When I say I was crazy, I was crazy. I used to punch holes in my walls. I used to bang my head. I couldn't sleep. I had anxiety attacks. I was brokenhearted, so brokenhearted over this thing. But let me tell you something. What ended up happening? After I graduated from college, I didn't see him or talk to him until after I graduated from college and went back home. When I went to go visit his mother, he was having a fight with his wife. He was there. We saw each other. He talked to me and he said, I'm so sorry. He said, Keisha, I don't know why I used to act like that towards you because you was the one I loved so much. He said, but I bless you and I ask you to forgive me. He said, please forgive me, Keisha, please. And I had to forgive him and we hugged and I cried. And let me tell you, I blessed him. I blessed his wife. I blessed the children that they had. And 6 months later, he died. He died. I had to forgive him. He died, and not only did he die, I found out that he died of a broken heart and he got on drugs really bad. So let me tell you, karma takes care of the other person. You just love them and bless them. Let me bring you forward to my ex-husband. So when I decided to leave him, what did I do again? I blessed him. Hey, Lady Capricorn, I blessed him. I prayed that God would send, I couldn't be the wife that he needed. I prayed that God would send him the woman that he would love and that he would appreciate and that he would treat better than me. I tried to do everything I can to treat him nice. I never talked bad about him. I never tried to cuss him out, slam the phone down, any of those things. And let me tell you what ended up happening. He treated me so dirty, y'all. But he asked me, he said, even though we're getting this divorce and I'm going to grant you your divorce, he said, but I want you to take my daughter home to see my mother and my family in Nigeria. He said, if you would just do that for me. Now, I could have been scared of this man. I could have said no. I could have listened to everybody tell me that, when you get over Nigeria, they're going to steal your baby. You know that man hates you. But I bless him and I just believed that God was going to take care of me. And I said, I will take her to Nigeria, okay? I got my big girl panties on. I took my baby. He paid for the trip. It was almost $10,000 trip. I got over there, and all these years, I've always ran away from home. I never felt like I belonged anywhere. I always felt like the black sheep. But when I got to Nigeria, do you guys know I found home? That is my second home. I live in Nigeria 3 to 4 months out of the year now. That is my home. I relate to the people. Something in my DNA and memory code remembers those people. But let me tell you how God does it. This is why karma takes care of your exes for you, okay? When I got to Nigeria, I met so many people, including my ex-husband's wife. My ex-husband's sister. And we became very good and very close. Do you know she introduced me to my current husband? That's why you don't wish him any ill. Karma would take, so the $10,000 trip that he paid for me to go to Nigeria to visit his family, I end up meeting the love of my life, and we've been together for over 3 years now. So that's why you got to bless people, and my life is continuously blessed, and I'm not hurting, I'm not in pain, but when I tell you guys, don't let the bitterness, don't let that trust crap All that is a trick of the lower vibration, the trick of the enemy to keep you from your destiny, to keep you from the next chapter of your life, keep you from living to your full potential, to keep you from loving yourself. It is a trick. All of that is a trick. You have got to learn to love yourself and love that person even more that the relationship is over. Because the more that you can love that self, the other person, the faster you're going to heal. And you're going to watch, if you just live, old people used to say, if you just live a little longer, if you just live for a while, you will see how things turn around. You will see how things turn around. So I'm just letting you guys know, part of that healing, you have got to love. You've got to, whatever it takes. If that means, like I said, write a letter, blessing them, pray for them, blessing them, do a focus wheel, which means you put a picture of them and you write around that picture everything that you are so happy and everything that they did for you that makes you happy and why you can bless that person. The more you focus on your focus wheel and blessing that person, the happier you'll start to be, the more releasing you'll start to be. Because see, they talk about forgiveness, but people overrate forgiveness. Forgiveness is not, people say, I'm doing my forgiveness work. So, hello, Kenitra kid. Forgiveness is not about work. Forgiveness is you either going to forgive them or you not. And the way you forgive them, you bless them. You love them anyway. Forget about doing forgiveness work. That is a trick. There is no such thing as forgiveness work. Forgiveness is not work. You either going to forgive or you not. And how do you forgive? You love. The opposite of forgiving is love. You just love. You love, 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 love. You bless them with your mouth. See, blessing and cursing is in the power of your tongue. You bless them with your mouth. And as you're blessing them, your life becomes abundant. Your life, even to this day, my ex-husband, he tried to take my child from me. We got to court. The court said, lady, not only am I not going to give that man partial custody, I'm going to give you full custody, full physical and legal custody, and you can take your baby in and out the country anywhere you want for professional education and leisure activities. So he doesn't even have a right to her. I get to dictate when he sees her and how he sees her. That's what blessings do. That's because you get covered. You get the kingdom of heaven. You get the keys to the kingdom. I am blessed in every area of my life because I don't retaliate. I don't harbor mistrust. I don't harbor hate. I don't wish ill. I don't keep talking about the foolishness. The only reason I talk about what happened to me is to be a blessing and to get paid to do it. That's the only reason. I'm not sitting up here rotting to death with hurt and pain on the inside, killing myself, keeping myself crazy. So that's what I want to tell you guys tonight. The magic key to healing and healing fast is blessing them, loving them, and making sure you don't love anybody more than you love yourself. Are there any questions? Are there any questions? I'm glad you are on this. I just became single a week ago and my heart is hurting bad. And Kenitra, so and what we talked about yesterday was, and I don't know if that replay is up, but you gotta peel back the parts. What exactly is hurting? You gotta look at what part of you is hurting and why. And then when you figure out what part of you is hurting and why, then you gotta get on your hunt. Number one, you gotta get support. You need to get a plan to figure out how you're gonna fill that new void. And I'm not talking about fill that void with another person. You got to fill that void from the inside out, making you happy again. Because we do hurt because I said yesterday, you put all your eggs in one basket and then the eggs drop and then it's just leaking eggs everywhere. So you're going to have to find out what part of you is hurting. Is it your dreams? Is it your hopes? She said, I'm lost. And I'm going to tell you something. You won't be able to get everything through this Periscope, but I am here for you. You go to Nakisha-Michelle.com and you can sign up for a 30-minute clarity chat with me, and it's free. You sign up, and I will try to help you through it as much as I can on a private basis. But I'm going to tell you, the way to get through that hurt, we also talked about crying it out. Kanisha, praying for you. Thank you, Dr. V. Walters. Thank you. But you got to cry it out sometimes, and you give that crying a time limit. Give it. We talked about it last night. You give the crying a time limit because you got to get yourself together. You got to go from MOURNIG to your new MORNING. Okay, it's time for the new chapter. That chapter for right now is closed. Okay, it's time for you to move forward and learn to love yourself more than you loved anybody else. Okay, it's time for you to preserve yourself. It's time for you to preserve your life. It's time for you to learn who you are. It's time for you to get on purpose with your life, okay? So it's a newness that's going to come out of it. And I'm telling you, every broken heart that I've come through, I came out wiser. I came out stronger. I came out more radiant, more beautiful. I'm teaching. I'm prospering. My life is amazing. And most of all, I learned to trust myself. I have boundaries now. When I feel something ain't right, I don't override that. I listen to it and I put on the brakes, okay? So that's the difference. We have not learned to trust ourselves, to listen, to pay attention to the yellow flags, and we don't stop at the red flag. We just keep going thinking if we prove ourselves to the other person, it'll change everything, and it does not. The only thing that happens is you lose yourself more and more. So Kamika, I am with you. You're going to get through this. We're praying for you. If you need that special touch, you need that special significant hand that I can offer you, please go to my website and sign up, because honey, this life is serious. And like I said, you give yourself time to mourn, but now it's time to go from mourning to morning. MORNING, okay? Are there any questions? Any more questions? Any questions? Any comments? I know, because you got to learn yourself all over again. You got to fill the gap in now. I know the hardest part is change. It is change. It's the hardest part. But if you get through it, you're going to be okay. And I need you to get through it. It is hard. And you never know. When you find yourself, Kamika, they may come back and they may even be even better than before. So just trust yourself and go through your healing. Go through, just bless them, love them, and you keep loving them until the tears stop. You love on them till the tears stop. Hey, Lady Capricorn, and I really thank you guys for the hearts. And even in my spirit was saying, don't even beg for hearts. I ain't never had to beg for nothing. If y'all want to give me hearts, you give me hearts. But I know the purpose that I'm here. I know that I'm here to be a blessing. And I know that you guys need some for real people. See, there's people out there giving a whole bunch of relationship information. And that's all it is information. But I want you to get your transformation. That's what I'm into. I want you to get your transformation, because you should not be in the same place. Your heart is hurting and hard. I call it the Jericho wall. You shouldn't have a stone heart this year, the same heart that you had last year. You shouldn't be in the same situation this year that you were in last year. You shouldn't be in the same situation today that you was in last month. Every day you should be growing and excelling. And that's why I'm here, because I know there's a whole bunch of noise out there about what to do. Thou shalt do this, thou shalt not do that. But I'm here to give the real deal using my life. My son's name is Jericho. Oh my God, Kanisha, yes, honey. So that's for you. You got to break down that Jericho wall, that stone wall that tries to protect your heart. That don't do nothing but keep you from loving and keeping love from you. Jericho wall, that stone heart, that hardness, that I don't trust, that I'm broken, I don't trust nobody. That ain't nothing but a Jericho wall, honey. Nothing comes in and nothing goes out. So kids, you got to do it for your kids. Kids don't listen to so much what you say. They listening to what you do, and they picking up on how you feel. So if you feeling broken and hurt, you transfer that to your kids. So you got to be an example. You got to be, as they say, I know it's cliche, but you got to be strong. And I mean strong in your soul, strong in your mind, in your emotions. That's in your heart. And strength comes from love. Hello, Victoria 1920. Strength comes from love, okay? Don't let nobody fool you. Strength comes from love. other questions? Any more comments? Any more questions? Any more comments? Thank you guys so much for these hearts. Thank you. 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 Yes, ma'am. I can tell. I see in my 11-year-old son, and I'm so happy to get it together. Yes, absolutely. Kids pick up on how you feel and what you do. Remember that. Miss Mon, thank you for joining us. Kids pick up on what you do and how you feel. So you can say, I don't want you to be like mommy. I want you to have a man at 29 warrior. This is powerful. Thank you, Victory 1920. Thank you so much. You got to pay attention to this. So if I can't leave, it's just on my soul. Don't put no other people before you. Thank you for the invite, Nay. Oh, thank you. Praise the Lord. Don't put no other person before you. Preserve you. Get your butt up in the morning. If that's what it takes, get up in the morning and spend time with you. Get to know you. Stop wanting to be under some man all the time so that you don't feel empty and lonely. They can't do it for you. They can't. Because the minute you start feeling empty and lonely, they start pushing away because they don't know how to deal with that. They're not made for that. You got to spend time with you and love you and fill yourself up. You got to get up. You do. That's right. At Victory 1920, you got to pray. But after you get done talking, you got to meditate. See, like I tell people, you got to know how to ask the right questions. So just like I asked, why is it that we do have to go through these broken hearts? And he said it's because y'all keep putting other people before yourself. And it ain't till they rip your heart out, dance on your heart, and leave your ass that you realize you let yourself go. Why is it that we realize we let ourselves go after they done ripped our heart out of our chest? You got to take care of yourself. Love yourself. You can't love nobody else until you learn to love yourself. Yes, you break your own hearts. Yes, at Victory 1920, we do it. We do it because when you love yourself, other people gonna love you. They respect you. They respect you. If you want respect, you want love, you got to fill yourself up. And it comes from sitting your butt, spending time with your butt. Your butt. You spend time with yourself. And I'm going to give you this homework. I don't want you spending time. I don't even want you thinking about dating. I don't want you to pick up a phone and call another man and be sitting up there talking about you love somebody if you have not spent time with yourself. If you have not spent quality time with yourself, you don't know yourself, can't trust yourself, you can't hear your instincts, you can't hear your own spirit guiding you from right to left, you don't need to be in a relationship. Period. So I'm putting you on, whoever you are, I am putting you on. My spirit. The faith in me is putting you on a 30-day mancation. You don't need a man right now. You need to learn yourself. You need you. You need you. You need to be the best you. Because men tell me all the time, they get so sick of women showing up looking like beautiful packages, and then when they open it, it's an empty bundle of mess. An empty bundle of mess. A beautiful package, but open it up, there ain't nothing in there. You know what they're looking for? They want you to love yourself, care for yourself, be confident, be happy. If you can't be happy on yourself, you don't need another person, and you're going to wreck your children's life. You're going to wreck your children's life because what you give into your children, what you impart to your children is low self-esteem, low confidence, low value. That's why you sit up and say, well, I worked hard and I gave my children everything and I don't understand why my daughter still got pregnant at 15 or 16. Or I gave my children everything. I don't understand why they flunking out of school or why they have behavior problems, because you're giving them that. That's what you're transferring to them by what you do and how you feel. So get yourself together. And if you need help, I'm here. If you're scared of me, so what? You need to come to me anyway. I had a lady sign up with me last week. She said, I was so scared of you. I didn't know why. She said, but I had to do it afraid. And she is on her journey now. So you're on a 30-day mancation. Forget about a man right there. I want you to love yourself and hold on to yourself. Get to know yourself. Learn to trust yourself. Follow your gut. Break your invisible chains. Because if you don't break those patterns, the next man going to be the same way. He going to get you in the bed, rip your heart out, and move on. Thank you. Amen. Amen. Any other questions? Because I'm going to end it right there. Y'all know I get long-winded. But when it's on I'm intuitive, and I can feel the tugging. You guys are trying to figure y'all on dating on the websites and dating on the internet. My husband told the ladies in our group, he said, listen, the internet is for vulnerable people. People prey on y'all because they know you hungry and they know you looking for somebody. My husband said, be patient. Love is going to find you. I went all the way to Africa. I was in Africa enjoying my life, just enjoying, introducing, getting in touch with my roots. And I met him, taking care of business. He was introduced to me. You don't have to get on the internet. Love will find you. I tell women all the time, love will find me. I would be at the gas station pumping gas. I will be in my car looking at myself in the mirror. Don't worry about a man right now. Worry about yourself. Preserve you. Make you the most beautiful you can inside out. Too many. That's right. Too many mistakes. Your kids is watching you. They watching you. They feel you. Don't think they don't feel you. Your mind slipping and your heart heavy. They feel that and they don't understand. So you're not even giving your kids a chance. Don't do that. That's right. It's that man that finds it. Let me tell you, a man finds you when he's ready. When he's ready. It don't got nothing to do with you being ready and you can see you imagine and vision y'all walking down the alley. It ain't got nothing to do with you. When that man is ready to have a wife, then he's going to come and find you. I want a husband. I'm sick of shaking up. Okay. Your husband going to come when you find yourself. You got to marry yourself. Marry yourself. When you are, listen, I told them, I think it was earlier this week, last week, you are in your season of singleness, but it's not about being single. You are in preparation to be whole. When you are a whole person, that means your mind, your will, and your emotions are all on one accord. You are a whole person. When they're all doing the same thing and it is a high vibration and it's for your good and it's purposeful, you become a whole person. If you're not with somebody physically, that means you are on your season to becoming a whole person. When you become whole, then that man will find you because he'll be ready at the same time. When I became a whole person, my husband found me. Let me tell you a little bit about that. He was supposed to be, he's a traveler, he's a international business broker. So he wasn't even supposed to be in Lagos when we met. He was out of his state handling business. He said, but he had a tug that he needed to get to Lagos. He needed to get to Lagos and he didn't know why. He was supposed to be out of town another whole week. When he got back to Lagos, he had to help me through my ex-sister-in-law get my daughter's passport paperwork together in a rush. Had he not followed his spirit, he would have missed me. So that's what I'm saying. You don't have to worry about missing and desiring, trying to figure out where your husband is. He will be drawn to you. He will be drawn to you. My husband had, to this day, he'll tell you. He said, I wasn't even supposed to be there. I had no idea I was going to meet my wife. But he came back to Lagos and we met, taking care of documentation and paperwork. And that's how we met. God's timing. That's right. At Victoria 1920. God's timing. So don't worry about, I want a husband. I want a husband. Let me tell you my prayer. I said this, I believe, last week, what my prayer is. Forget about I want a husband. I want a husband. I said, God, make me the wife that men, any man, would treasure, love, and adore, and want to marry and commit to, and treat like a queen. Make me a wife. I stopped worrying about a husband. Make me the wife. Because we live in a delusion sometimes. We think we better than what we are, and we not. We think because we got a degree that that's what should qualify us to have a man. That ain't it. It takes more than a cute face and a degree to get a man and keep him. We get him, but we can't keep him. So you got to ask God, your divine, your higher power, make me the woman, the wife. Make me into a wife. And then when somebody comes and say they want to marry you, or you dated somebody, don't start talking about, oh, if we just have a long-term relationship, that's okay. If he wants to marry me, I just want somebody. You got to be clear about what you want. Do you want to be a wife or not? Don't be punked out because your value is saying you may never get a ring. Don't be punked out. If you want to be a wife, you want to be a wife. So if some fool come to you talking about he's not interested in getting married, but you can move in, that ain't for you. That's what I'm talking about, the red flags and yellow flags. That fool ain't for you. Let him go. If you want to be a wife, you want somebody who wants to be a husband. And if that person ain't wanting to be a husband, then y'all not compatible. Y'all not compatible. So that's what I'm talking about. You need a mentor. And if we want to talk about the Bible, let's talk about the Bible. Every woman in that Bible that had a man had a mentor. Esther had a mentor. Who's your mentor? Esther had a mentor. Ruth had a mentor. Who's y'all's mentor? You cannot, everybody had a mentor. David had a mentor. Everybody had a mentor. Who's your mentor? Who's guiding you? Who's watching over your relationship? We're in a day and time now where we don't even trust our parents anymore. Who's watching over your relationships? Who's helping you become the wife? How are you learning to be a wife? One of my friends the other day said women can't even carry on, educated women can't even carry on a conversation. When you ask them why they single, they want to talk about how bad their last relationship was. Who's mentoring you? So I'm going to leave it there. I'm going to leave it there tonight. I love you guys. Listen, if you need me, y'all know where to find me. It's in the title at Nakisha-Michelle.com. Schedule your quick chat. My phone, Gary, die anyway. Schedule your quick chat. Get on my mailing list. Get your free gift. But listen, work on you. Love you. Love you. Love you. I can't stress enough. Love you and love the person that hurt you. Love them. Love you first and then love that person and watch your life change. Watch your life change because you don't need to be pigpen. You don't need to be walking around like pigpen because people can feel it. People don't want to fool with you. Everything you say is negative. It got to do with a man in a relationship. They don't want to fool with you. Don't no man want you. He ain't going to want you for real. He'll have sex with you, but he ain't going to want you. Okay? Don't be talking about doing my forgiveness work. Forgiveness ain't work. Forgiveness just is. You either going to forgive or you not. And the key to forgiving is love. The key to the keys of the keys to the kingdom is love. The keys to heaven, letting God's will be done is love. Love, love, love. What's my answer to everything? Love. What will get you the kind of life that you want? Love. When your boss treats you wrong, what you supposed to do? Love. And I'm not talking about superficial bearing. I mean love them. Bless them. Bless them and watch you be elevated. Watch you get a life that you dreamed of. Love. Don't say anything negative out your mouth. Love. Unless somebody's paying you to tell a story. Okay? If somebody gonna pay you to tell a story, then you don't repeat nothing negative. You better find everything good you can find about your ex and tell it. If a man asks you why you single, you just say, you know, my last relationship was amazing and it was blessed, but it just came to an end because we both decided we needed different things. That's it. A man will respect you for that. My husband to this day don't know all the dirt my ex-husband did to me. There's no need to talk about that. That mourning, M-O-U-R-N-I-N-G, is over. I'm living in my mourning, M-O-R-N-I-N-G. Okay? We just decided we wanted different things. That's it. That's light and healthy. When you start going in how he dogged you, then he going to be like, she going to say the same thing about me. She must be hard to keep. She must be high maintenance. She must have got on his damn nerves. That's what they think. They don't tell you that. So you know how he pursues you, and then all of a sudden he start backing up, stop calling, stop returning your text. It's because you look like Pigpen to him. That's why. So I'm going to leave it there. Guys, I appreciate the hearts. I do have a Facebook group at facebook.com/groups/no-love-drama. That's right. Don't be a pigpen. Don't be a pigpen, because men are primal. They sense it. They know a pigpen when they see it. That's why they'll screw a pigpen, but they ain't going to bring you home to mama, okay? And you want to be brought home to mama. Listen, you want the ring, okay? Get the ring, all right? That's how you get the ring. That's right. No Love Drama in the Facebook group, facebook.com/groups/no-love-drama. That's where you're going to find us, okay? Well, we're learning to be soulful love diamonds. We're diamonds, okay? Diamonds go under pressure, but when that pressure is over, they are brilliant and they cut differently. So, soulful love diamonds, I want to see you in my group. I want to have a quick chat with you to see if there's anything I can do to accelerate you being in the right position so that you can be that wife, even if you're already married. How I can help you create a marriage or a relationship that's passionate and powerful. I'm your girl. I'll be back here tomorrow night about the same time, and we're going to end our week this week on healing from bad relationships, okay? All right, I appreciate you guys. Nay, 12002, thank you so much. Thank you, Sue. Thank you, all of you guys. Thank you at Victoria 1920. Thank you so much for inviting. Thank you at Denise 603. Who else we got? Thank you at Layers Off 116. Thank you. I'm thanking you guys because you know I have 100 and something people on my followers, and it's about 10, 12, 13 y'all hanging on. And I appreciate my first time, and I love your words of encouragement. Thank you at Denise 603. I'm here for you, baby. I am here. I'm the real deal. I'm here. Okay? All right, you guys have a beautiful night. I needed to hear this. This is awesome. You are so welcome. You are so welcome. Listen, until we meet or speak, I need you guys to hug yourself for me, okay? I'll talk to you soon. Good night. Good night. You're welcome and thank you. Good night. All right. Bye-bye. Love to you.